I have to get this off my chest. Um, I have no idea whether I'll ever post this or not. Um, but I think my opinion matters. Might not be right. It might be some people would say psychotic. I don't think I'm psychotic. I just think I'm old fashioned. There's a lot of us that think this way, but don't have the balls to fucking say it. Well, I'm gonna say it. Being from the older generation, okay. Today I'm going to talk about being wronged or payback or respect or revenge. We're all human. We do not uh, publicize the way we think all the time. There's certain things that we never share with other people that crosses the line, whether that's government, whether that's women that wronged us, or men or previous friends that wronged us. Um, but we all have these thoughts. They're realistic thoughts. It doesn't make us monsters. Um, but I think every person, under the right conditions, can become a monster. Some of us aren't stupid, and we have the ability to really inflict a lot of pain and suffering on people that we think has wronged us. And we choose not to do that. Whether it's from fear of being prosecuted, whether it's from being a good person that, that has a lot of love or empathetic or whatever it is. But saying all that, you can still be capable of horrendous things, but you choose not to do it. Being above average in intelligence in our world today, that makes you dangerous. That makes you somebody that politically or, society feels the need to destroy before you ever have the chance to get to the point where you have nothing left to lose. When humans have nothing left to lose, I don't think anybody realizes what that person is capable of. The the example I would use is, let's just say, for instance, your city or your state or your country, all of a sudden there was no law enforcement. There was nobody that was going to come and force you to do the right thing or to hold you accountable to your actions. So if a man is a family man and he has wife, children, even if he's not a father, even if he's just looking out for his family, or looking out for his dog, or looking out for his belongings, if you push that man or woman hard enough, they'll do things that you would not think that they were capable of. And if that person was you, you probably wouldn't think you were capable of that either. But I think it's a human reflex. It's human nature. You look at third world countries. Food is scarce. Water is scarce. There's warlords around. There's people doing whatever the hell they want to do because they have power over you, whether that's with weapons, whatever it is. If they have their ability to make your life miserable because they have more power or control, then people get weird. If you focus all your attention on paying back or getting back at somebody that did you wrong, how far do you take that? Do you do just exactly what they did to you? Do you do less than what they did to you and prove that you're capable, but you don't take it farther than that? Or do you go nuclear and make an example? We live and interact with people every single day that are capable of every one of those things. But there are those of us, or you, that we would never do that unless we were pushed very, very hard. But those people exist, and depending on their situation and what they're going through at the moment, somebody that would just stop dealing with somebody else because they were a piece of shit might take that to the next level. I personally think we're all capable of that. But I also think that very few of us would take that to the next level unless, and here's the big headline, unless they felt they had nothing left to lose. And if a person feels that way, I or you have no idea whether or not that's justified It may not be justified in your mind or my mind, but to them, it's justified. That could be religious. That could be you killed my dog. You flipped me off in an intersection. You fucked with my family. You just don't know what would trigger that reaction out of a person. People will lose their mind in the right situation and in the right circumstances. And I 100% believe you would too. It just depends on what's your limit. What's the limit? When do you get to the point where you've had enough and you have nothing to lose? I think lately there's a lot of people that have held all that back, are very, very capable of being monsters. And because of the world we live in now and the technology that what I'm doing right now, talking to you on a fucking phone, I think that's not only frustrating, it's scary because, if I post this to where everybody can see it, then there's a danger that I could be targeted because of my opinions. I saw that in COVID. I was the guy during COVID that when I walked into a store and people were mean mugging me because I wouldn't wear a mask, and then say the cashier said, "I can't serve you unless you're wearing a mask," my reply would be, "Okay, well, yeah, I walked over so many dead bodies in the parking lot to get here to buy this gallon of milk. That really makes no sense to me." I didn't trust our government, who I volunteered to die for back in the 80s. I was so military gung-ho, you couldn't imagine. I planned my whole life around it. I lost respect. I lost respect for the people that were supposedly had my best interest in mind, and that they were begging me to vote for them because they said that they were going to do what I agreed with what they were going to. And I knew at that time that not everybody felt that way. But what I found out was when those people that I thought we had the same wavelength, they talked a lot of shit, but when it came right down to it, they didn't do shit. They just talked a good game, and they weren't any different than the other side. They weren't doing jack shit. I'm a big Trump fan. And I'm a big Trump fan because it's not because I agree with everything he does. I mean, fuck, the guy was a Democrat for most of his life. If you can tell, I'm not a big fan of Democrats. I mean, for Christ's sake, they were the fucking slavers. All right, come on. Let's be honest. Black guys, black people, shut the fuck up. Read a book. look at your history. Them bastards been controlling you since our country was fucking developed. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, Republicans had slaves too. But back in the day, that was fucking normal. Okay? Doesn't make it right. We changed all that. But you listening to Democrats telling them that Republicans or white people are your fucking enemy, you're being stupid. Okay? You all have minds, you all have the ability to make your own choice. But you don't have the ability to change history. You can have your opinion about whatever happened, and you can decide from there. But you don't just get to say that me, as a white guy, that I'm evil or racist. Fuck off. I'm very frustrated. I'm frustrated with our government. I love to live where I live, the state that I live in. But I'm angry about the things that the state I live in forces me to do. If somebody more powerful than me that has more control over society or over whatever, my taxes, whatever it is, that forces me to do something that I don't agree with, and then tries to make me a bad person or convince other people that I'm a bad person for feeling that way or thinking that way, then we got a problem. And that's a dangerous path to go down. Because there are people in this country that don't ever fucking say anything. They keep their mouth shut. They have skills and, they have different skills than you. And you don't know what that is and what they're capable of until you get them to the point where they're forced to, until they get to the point where they have nothing left to lose. That's when people get dangerous. I'm not quite there yet. I'd rather go someplace else than listen to your fucking bullshit and deal with your nonsense. And let you implode as a state, as a society, as a country, whatever. I'm pretty confident that I have more survival skills than probably 40% of people out there. But if it came right down to it, I'd probably die within a couple of months if the world came to fucking end, or the apocalypse, or no electricity, or fucking EMP or whatever. Yeah, I'm not all that in a bag of chips. But I did grow up, learn how to hunt and shoot and survive, which I can't say about our younger generation. I've tried to teach, but with the internet and this phone, the thing I'm talking to right now, it became the most important thing in the world to everybody. And it's a trick, it's a trap. We all have to be able to count on our own skills and our own intelligence to survive a world without this thing that I'm broadcasting to you right now. If you can't do that, you're the prey. If you dipshits that get your way and defund the police, there are people out there, and you probably live next door to them. You're the prey. Your shit will be their shit. And there's some sick fucking people out there that will do some sick fucking things to you if they know that they can't be held accountable for that. I think a lot of people forget that. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm frustrated. I'm just tired of keeping my mouth shut all the time. I'm tired of just letting shit slide. I don't let shit slide when it comes to my inner circle. If I give, so I have friends that just got out of the joint. I give them a lot of leeway. If they've, from what they've shown me, that they've turned their life around and they're trying and they're doing the right thing. But I've had several of those friends that did that, and I accepted them into my circle, that went back to the shit they were doing that got them in trouble in the first place. And I tell them up front, you're smart. I think you're smart. I think you're worth the effort. I'm going to, I'll be friends with you. But I always tell them up front. But if you go back to your wicked ways, we're done. You got one chance. I think everybody deserves more than one chance. But with me, it's like I'm old. I don't have enough time to fucking waste on people that constantly go back and forth to this shit, okay? It's just not worth it to me. I have a few friends that I really focus on, and it's like I don't need everybody to like me. I really don't care. I have my dog, my family, my skills. I'm a mechanic. I think I can do all right. I hope that this world works itself out. I hope that we as the American people aren't put in a situation to where we have to make a fucking a decision upon what government or politicians or tech giants or influencers. I hope we don't ever get to the point where we feel like we're forced to make a decision upon what they say. We should all have our own opinion. We should all, nobody should ever do anything because of something that we heard on the interwebs, okay? It's very hard to pick out the bullshit from the truth anymore. One of the ways I do that is the more they try to convince you, the more power they're trying to get, tells me the more bullshit they're talking. Democrats and Republicans, since the founding of our country, there's been both. The country didn't implode when one or the other got into power. We just waited to see what kind of job they did, and then after that, then they either got that side got elected again or they didn't. We change for somebody else. But the way they're acting now, you got people that are influencers in the media. They're the ones in charge. Do you know that person? Are they your friend? CIA is all about psyops. That's a real thing. They've been doing that since the 60s. And they study it. And they get people to react and behave in a way that they've designed. They've planned it that way. But we're Americans, okay? We have the option. If we don't use that option and we just lazily take somebody else's word for it and not figure out what the real motivation is behind it, we're doomed. So, if you're one of those people, I would suggest you learn a skill. I would suggest you learn how to hunt, how to fire a gun, a weapon, how to garden, do something that is productive to a society that is desperate and has no other options. Otherwise, you're fucked. If you have nothing else going for you and society is broken down and you're coming to me for help, you better have something to offer or I'm going to turn you away. Whatever that is, whether it's labor, whether it's marksmanship, whatever it is, psychologists, politicians, protesters need not apply. You're of no use to me whatsoever. If you're coming to me for help, that means I have a certain amount of power. You have to trust that I'm not going to abuse that power. And hopefully there's enough people out there like that don't abuse that power, that we can hold our society or country together if shit goes sideways. But there are a lot of people out there that abuse that power. Politicians beware. Because I haven't seen a whole lot of people backing up their fucking promises. And when you can't do that or won't do that, you're worthless. You're not only worthless to me, you're worthless to just about everybody. Because when the shit goes down, nobody cares. Because you can't do anything for us anymore. Now you're fucking worthless. You're just, unless you can put labor in and work hard, and do something that is survival oriented, you're not going to last long. Anyhow, I basically made this video because I was frustrated and I'm tired of the bullshit, and I'm not a bad person, but I do have bad thoughts. I haven't been pushed to my outer limits. But I think there's a lot of people out there like me that are pissed off and talented have skills that if you push them hard enough, that they could make really, really bad days for you. But it's like with me, I don't need everybody to know what my opinion is. I mean, I know that sounds stupid because I'm making this video, but ain't nobody gonna look at this fucking video anyway, so. I'm a nobody. I take care of my family. I hang out with my dog. I am a good worker. And I'm not stupid. But just like everybody else, I have issues. I have issues. Life has tainted my thinking. Life has affected me. And there's certain things that I'm sure that are probably completely unreasonable with the way I think. But I'm not blaming myself for that. I'm not blaming anybody or anything. It's just my experiences are what's made me who I am. I'm an optimist, but if I'm dealing with a person, I do not give you the benefit of the doubt immediately after I meet you or listen to you or hear from you. You got to prove it. You got to prove something. You've got to impress me. And I'm probably the easiest person to impress because I'm not that good. I'm kind of a piece of shit. But there's a lot of us out there like that. And if everything goes sideways in the end, I believe that those people that are like me, that just want to be left alone and just want to, just don't fucking get involved in making decisions for me. Let me do that on my own. But there's a lot of us out there like that. We don't need the help. We don't need the government or politicians to rescue us. You can go fuck yourselves. You're going to need us when it's all said and done. And depending on how much you piss people off, you might be fucked. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. This is Monster Channel, and my other two monsters that I previously made videos with have since passed away. And now I have a new one. Rika, come here, girl. There's my girl. There's my girl. Yes, yes, yes. What? Sit. Good girl. Good girl. No, sit. Stay. Good girl. Sit. Lay down. Good girl. Good girl. So that's my new monster. She's awesome. I love her to death. It's going to be okay, America. It's not the end of the world. There's plenty of us out there that, that you can count on. And that'll do what needs to be done to allow this country to survive, even in the worst case scenario. So, take care of your families. Take care of yourselves. Learn how to garden. Learn something. Learn something that will be useful in a situation like that. And you'll survive. And nobody can do this on their own. It has to be a team effort. If the world goes to shit, you need to be in a group, because you can't do it by yourself. So be productive. Make your skills worth something to somebody else, and be a good person. And then build on that. Surround yourself with people that are productive and good people. Stop bickering back and forth at each other just because this guy or that guy said to. Stop it. It's ridiculous. You're being controlled. You're being a bitch. Stop being a bitch. Peace.